Children, we learn a new chapter today. It's 11th chapter and the name of the chapter is Mensuration. Okay. Now let us recall some of the figures that we learned in the smaller classes. Then shape of the figure, area, perimeter of all these figures. I know you are familiar with all these figures. Let's just recall, okay? The first one given here is a square. Square. What are the properties of square? All the sides of a square are equal and each angle is 90 degree. Area is A into A, side into side, A square. Perimeter is 4 into side, 4A. Our second figure here is rectangle. Length and breadth are the dimensions of the rectangle. Opposite sides are equal and parallel. Area, length into breadth, perimeter 2 into L plus B. Then third figure, parallelogram. Opposite sides are parallel and they are equal. There is a height also drawn, height from one vertex to the opposite side. Area will be base into height and perimeter will be 2 into L plus B. Then comes triangle. 3 sides for the triangle. 3 sides I have named it as A, B and C, and H is the height of the triangle. Then area is equal to half BH and perimeter of the triangle will be A plus B plus C. Then comes circle. Circle with center is given here. R is the radius of the circle. Then area of the circle is pi r square and the perimeter of the circle, which we call it as circumference, is 2 pi r, where r is the radius. Rhombus. For a rhombus, all the 4 sides are equal. It has got 2 diagonals and we name it as D1 and D2. Area will be half D1 D2 and perimeter will be 4A. So these are the some figures which you have learned in your smaller classes. Which all were there? Square, rectangle, parallelogram, triangle, circle and rhombus. Area and perimeter are also written here. Okay. Then we will move on to the first exercise of the chapter. Exercise 11.1, first question. Children, you can take your textbook also with you. A square and a rectangular field. So there are 2 figures mentioned here. There is a square and there is a rectangular field with measurements as given in the figure, and they have same perimeter. So who is having same perimeter? Square and rectangle. They both have same perimeter. Which field has larger area? If they are having same perimeter, you need to find which field, whether it is a square field or a rectangular field, which one is having a larger area. Then picture of the square is given here. One side is given as 60 meter. You know, for a square, all the 4 sides are same measurement. So 60, 60, 60. So what will be the area of the square? 60 into 60, 60 square. 6 into 6, 36 followed by 2 zeros. And since it is an area, meter unit will be square meter. And what will be the perimeter of the square? 4 into A. 4 into, what is the side? 60, which is equal to 240 meter. So for a square, we got area as 3600 and we got perimeter as 240. 40 meters. Okay. Then comes our next field. What is the shape of the field? Rectangular field. Length is given 80 meter. Breadth is not given. But we need to find which figure having larger area. Area of a rectangle is L into B. We know the length, but we don't know what is the breadth. So we need to find the breadth of the rectangle. How will we find? Think, children. In the question itself there is a clue given. What is the clue? Both the figures are having same perimeter. What is the perimeter of the rectangle? How will we find the perimeter? Formula 2 into L plus B. 2 into length is 80. Breadth we don't know. But in the question they have said, what do they say? Perimeter of the square is same as perimeter of the rectangle. What is the perimeter of the square that we found? 240 is equal to 2 into 80 plus B. This is multiplication. 2 comes to the other side. It will become division. 80 plus B. 240 by 2, 120. 80 comes to the other side, you will get the breadth. 120 minus 80, breadth will be 40 meter. So now you got the breadth of the rectangle. So how will you find the area of the rectangle? Area equals length into breadth. 80 into 40. 8 fours are 32, followed by 2 zeros. Now comes the final part of the question. Which field has larger area? Square is having 3600 meters square as the area. Rectangle is having 3200 as the area. So you can write area of the square is greater than area of the rectangle. Okay. So when you are having two different figures, you write the heading as square and do all the simplification of the square. Find the area, find the perimeter. Rectangle, find the area, find the perimeter. If any one dimension is missing, then read the question again. There will be some clue given in the question. In this particular question, it was both the figures are having same perimeter. From there you will get the breadth and then you can find the area. Okay. Our next question. Mrs. Kaushik has a square plot. When you read the question, children, just underline the geometrical figures name and all. Mrs. Kaushik has a square plot. She wants to construct a house in the middle of the plot as given in the figure. A garden is developed around the house. Find the total cost of developing the garden at the rate of ₹55 per meter square. There is a picture also given. Now Mrs. Kaushik plot is in the shape of a square. 25 meter is the side. For all the four sides will be of 25 meters. Now she wants to build a house in the center. Now what is the shape of the house? Length is given to be 20 meter, breadth is given to be 15 meter. When you have length and breadth, what is the shape? Rectangular shape. And around the house, we can see she wants to make a garden. Okay, the blue colored is the garden around the house. And they are saying for 1 meter square, the cost of the garden is 55 rupees. So what will be the total cost of developing the garden around the house? Is the question clear? There is a square plot. Inside the square plot, there is a rectangular house. We need to find the area of the garden. Now, this is our garden. We need to find the area. How will we find the area? Area of the square minus area of the rectangle gives you area of the garden. So, shall we start doing the problem? Okay. First, we will write the heading as square. Now, what all information of square do we know? The side is given 25 meter. So, what will be the area? Always write the formula A square, 25 square. 25 square means 25 into 25, 625 meters square. Okay. Then, the next figure is rectangle. What all informations of rectangle do we know? Length equals 20 meter, breadth equals 15 meter. So, what will be the area? Length into breadth, 20 into 15, 300 meter square. Therefore, area of the garden equals, what will be area of the garden? Area of the square plot minus area of the rectangular house. 625 minus 300, which is equal to 325 meters square. So, how much area does the garden cover? 325 meters square. Then, what else is given? Cost for 1 meter square of the garden is rupees 55. Therefore, cost of 325 meter square of garden equals 55 into 325. Children, you have to multiply in the working column and you will get the answer as 17,875. Since they are asked about the cost, unit will be rupees. So, the total cost of the garden around to the house for Mrs. Kaushik will be rupees 17,875. Thank you.